What's good, cyberspace? It's your boy Reclaim Your Throne coming at you with another crazy video. But first, my goal is to get to 5,000 subscribers by the end of the month. So make sure you go ahead and like, comment, share, subscribe. And you already know, Reclaim Your Throne. So guys, we got to get into it. A woman is basically speaking from a medical position on what is really going on in the dating market, especially when it comes to young boys and young girls. And it is quite alarming. And I guess this is in the UK. But we're going to get into it. I'm not really familiar with how the dating scene is in the UK, but if I can only imagine compared to America, I couldn't see it any differently, okay? These are westernized countries, so they pretty much tend to have the same things going on when it comes to the populace. So the issue going on here is that a lot of young people are getting into sodomy, and they are into intercourse from the rectum, and these women are having tears. So I'm going to allow this woman to talk about it, so y'all don't think I'm just BSing the whole thing.
I had a rather alarming conversation with a friend the other day. She works with a lot of sexual health nurses who are reporting a really big increase, an alarming increase in the amount of young girls, or teenagers, sort of 14, 15, 16-year-old girls, going to the clinic with tears in their nether regions because there is an expectation at the moment that girls should consent to anus intimacy. I don't know what you're allowed to say on it. Guess it's because everybody has access to corn these days, so they see these practices and think it's normal. Weirdly, my doctor friend said it's not as damaging for males because there's just a bit more room up there. They don't have a birth canal. Again, I don't know what you're allowed to say on TikTok. And their passage for urine is external. The trouble is, these injuries can last for months. You basically have an open wound up your bum. It can easily get infected, so these injuries can be really, really nasty. If it's not done gently, it can be really blimmin' painful anyway. I'd be interested to see what you think. Do you believe it, anything goes these days, sexual freedom, or should we have these sort of conversations with their kids? I think I need to not only talk to my girls, maybe not yet, but I will. But I will need to talk to my son, or maybe I'll get my husband to do it, but morning, about what is reasonable and what could be dangerous for the person that they're with. Anyway, drop me a comment. Sorry, not what you're expecting on a Friday morning.
All right, so I want to run it back. I let it play through because they be like, oh, stop interrupting. Okay, so I let it play through, and now we're going to break it down. The first point that I want to make is after she said that the expectation is that that women should be allowing men to have intercourse with them via the rectum. So let's get into it.
I had a rather alarming conversation with a friend the other day. She works with a lot of sexual health nurses who are reporting a really big increase, an alarming increase in the amount of young girls, or teenagers, sort of 14, 15, 16-year-old girls, going to
14, 15, and 16. Take note.
The clinic with tears in their nether regions because there is an expectation at the moment that girls should consent to anus intimacy. I don't know.
So she's saying that there's an expectation. Let me tell you what. This is what's going on. 14, 15, and 16. What do I always say? The chicks in elementary school was dating the middle schoolers. The middle schoolers was dating the high schoolers. The high school girls were dating the college dudes. Okay, so what's happening is these young girls are dating older guys. All right. And it's not only that, oh, there's just an expectation. No, bro. It sounds crazy. It's sad. And I can't believe that we have to say this. But could it be that these young, super fast girls who are being involved in intercourse way quicker than young males, could it be that these girls actually want to have this type of intercourse, which I don't condone at all? You are way too young to be getting it on, but she's trying to displace blame on men, like, or the boys, right? That, there's an expectation through corn that you should take it up the bum. Look, would she be saying this if her son was part of the LGBT community? Because that's really the only way that they could really do something. Okay, so my issue with this is it seems like she is directing the onus or the blame onto men, as if or the young boys who are having intercourse with these girls, as if they both are not consensually agreeing. Because I know young girls when I was in middle school, high school, who suggested that you should hit them from the back, from the, you know what I'm saying? Like, like I said, it's crazy that we're even talking about this, but these kids are growing up fast. So I know the young girls who pretty much suggested you do it there because they didn't want to, lose their V card vaginally, if you will. Okay. So it's a lot of weird stuff going on when, as a young person, me personally, I did not lose my V card until I was 17. So, that is there. And I didn't even dabble into what she's talking about in this video until later on in my adulthood. But I do think that it is an issue. But I just don't like the fact that she's saying, oh, well, there's an expectation that the boys are making through corn and they watch corn. And now, I mean, if you really want to keep it a buck, both parties are watching corn. And most of the time, the young girls are also, it's sad to say, but they're participating in it too. Look at TikTok. Look at all these young girls who are like doing all the OF girl challenges, and they're underage, and they're going on live. And I actually might go live on this topic. They're going on live and doing suggestive things, and they're all underage, bro. A lot of them are. I'm not saying all. And sometimes TikTok gets rid of their account. Sometimes they don't. Okay, there are even accounts of women breastfeeding. And these, a lot of times, they're foreign women who are breastfeeding on TikTok, and these accounts stay up. So, and they're showing bare boobs. So there's definitely an issue going on. And I think that she's trying to put all the blame on the young men. But let me tell you what, a lot of these young girls are getting involved in corn at a very young age. Due to the OF culture that y'all women are applauding and cheering on. Okay, so y'all are talking about, oh, well, we don't want to get girls involved in intercourse trafficking and all this. What do you think all this stuff leads to eventually? Okay, especially when that bag slows down. They have to do some, because they've only been living off of their sexuality, so that's all they know to earn money. It evolves, bro. It really does.
What you're allowed to say on it. Guess it's because everybody has access to corn these days, so they see these practices and think it's normal. Weirdly, my doctor friend said it's not as damaging for males.
Pause. Hey, yo.
Because there's just a bit more room up there. They don't have a birth canal. Again, I don't know what you're allowed to say on TikTok. And their passage for urine is external. The trouble is, these injuries can last for months. You basically...
So the injuries last for months, and then we talk about STDs and all these other things. A lot of these women are carrying STDs, STIs, and they don't even know it, okay? Like she said, even though we know the LGBT community is carrying a lot of these infections as well, these diseases as well. The women are a lot more susceptible because their reproductive organs are internal, like she just said. Unfortunately, I mean, it's paused, but she basically said that men could take more D than women. That's essentially what she's saying, and this is coming from her friend who is a health professional. I don't make the rules, I just report them. It's disgusting, but that's the reality of the situation. So don't come in my car, oh bro, you gay it all, bro. No, I'm just reporting the news. That is what we have found, and it's oddly disgusting, but anyways.
You have an open wound up your bum, it can easily get infected. So these injuries can be really, really nasty. If it's not done gently, it can be really blimmin' painful anyway.
Okay, and I want to stop it there. When has anal intercourse ever been done gently? Woo! I mean, there's a lot of preparation that goes into it. If that's something that you want to do, you're going to need a lot of lube. You're going to have to get the woman to clean herself. And even then, there is going to be fecal discharge. I'm trying to keep it clean as much as possible. There's going to be fecal discharge either way when you get involved in stuff like that. So I don't advise it. It's not a bad bet. And then in the corn videos, they'll go from rectal to vaginal and back and forth, and that is just a recipe for disaster. And women think this is normal. That's why y'all keep coming up with these yeast infections. That's why y'all keep coming up with these UTIs and all this other stuff, because y'all doing too much. Slow down, because at one point you're gonna get caught with an STI, and then your whole life gonna change.
I'd be interested to see what you think. Do you believe it, anything goes these days, sexual freedom, or should we have these sort of conversations with our kids? I think I need to not only talk to my girls, maybe not yet, but I will. But I will need to talk to my son.
Well, thankfully, you may not have to have that discussion at all, because I'm sure the school system and your sex ed teachers, who are probably going to be LGBT or transformer sympathizers, they are going to teach your children all it is about intercourse, because now these intercourse educational courses are being pushed at even younger ages. Kindergarten, there's initiatives to do it kindergarten, first grade. So I'm gonna tell you what, right now, you're not gonna have to worry about telling your children about this. They're already gonna know beforehand.
Or maybe I'll get my husband to do it. But morning! About what is reasonable and what could be dangerous for the person that they're with. Anyway, drop me a comment, sorry. Not what we're expecting on a Friday morning. Okay.
Alright, so that was a very interesting video. I hope you guys learned something from there. Be safe, be careful. At this point, I would just say, man, limit the amount of intercoursal partners that you have, and that's all I can really tell you. But you already know what it is, man. It's your boy, Reclaim Your Throne. Make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe. Send your relationship question to the email down below with a screenshot of your cash app, so I know you're paying your tithes, man. Y'all need to be on your motherfucking game with the BS. And you already know. Reclaim your throne. Reclaim your throne.